It's stalking us.
It's going after the carvers.
It's just a pumpkin.
This way, dum-dum!
There's kind of a killer pumpkin on the loose.
Or...
Hello there, my name is Chris. You are watching Cinemaniac Central, and as part of my Cine-Slash-a-thon this year, I want to talk about a little movie called Carved. Real quick before I get into my thoughts on Carved, though, I want to take a minute to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for checking out my channel and subscribing to it, and for checking out my Terrifier reviews, especially Terrifier 3, which is really getting a really good response. So thanks again, and I love you guys. And now let's talk about A Killer Pumpkin. So, Carved is a horror comedy that just came out on Hulu today as part of their Huluween. You have a group of staff members led by this playwright, played by Peyton Elizabeth Lee, who find themselves barricaded in a barn when a pumpkin comes to life and begins attacking them during a pumpkin carving contest. I had not heard of this movie until early on in the month when Bloody Disgusting, I think it was, that had a whole list of like these Halloween movies that were coming out this month. And on that list, this is what kind of stuck out in my mind there. And I did some research when I was looking it up, and I seen the only ones I recognized that was in this movie was Elvis Nolasco, who was also in Mr. Crockett, which I also checked out, which I actually really enjoyed. He's also in this movie. He plays a reporter who's doing a story on these local townspeople that were affected by this nuclear spill that had occurred 2 years earlier, which I believe was the cause of this mutated pumpkin that's going around killing people, and it's set on revenge. You also have a Corey Fogelmanis. I saw he was also in Girl Meets World, who played Farkle. I thought that was kind of cool. Rowan Blanchard, who plays Corey's daughter, he played one of her friends. So I thought that was cool too. I was actually kind of looking forward to this. So having seen this is surprisingly fun. Yeah, the first thing I thought about when I was watching this movie, as I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, this reminds me a lot of ThanksKilling, about the killer turkey. With that movie, you have a killer turkey that's, pissed off and is going after people that, carve him and eat him. Same thing with a pumpkin. This pumpkin is pissed off and is going after people that carve him and turn him into pumpkin pie. And so, what this movie is, for me, it's a fun and entertaining blend of ThanksKilling, and it adds a little clever fun of Tremors. And that was a lot what I got out of this movie was you had that it has the concept of ThanksKilling, and then how this movie kind of plays out and what happens with the characters and what these characters do, and what this pumpkin does. It has that Tremors feel, and I actually really enjoyed that. And honestly, some of the performance, the characters overall, I really liked, except for one in particular. Right from the get-go, when I met this guy, I was like, man, I can't wait for this guy to die, because he's for the most part, he's pretty much a douchebag in this. Just the shit that he says to some of the other characters, and I'm just like, I can't wait for this motherfucker to die. But yeah, Peyton Elizabeth Lee, who is our lead, she was actually the star of the Doogie Howser reboot that came out like in 2021. I thought she was really good. She plays this playwright who gets kind of heartbroken by her boyfriend Cody, played by Corey Fogelmanis, and when she gets news that he's going to New York and they're supposed to stay there and leave together. But now when she finds out that he's going away, she breaks up with him. And so they get caught up in the situation where they have to work together along with her younger brother, who's actually the kid from Afraid, who played the older brother in that movie. When I saw him, I'm like, I recognize this kid. This guy was in Afraid with John Cho, who plays the older brother. And so that was I thought he was really good in this too. But yeah, and then you have, like I said before, Elvis Nolasco. He's in this. He don't have a whole lot of screen time in it. Mainly like the first like 30 minutes or so, we see him, and I thought he was pretty good. You also got DJ Qualls in here. Chris Elliott appears in here as well as like a farmer. He only has like a few minutes of screen time, like toward the beginning of the movie and at the end, toward the end. And so, yeah, I mean, this is just one of those. With all this movie for me, it just embraces its goofiness, and if you're willing to accept that, just the idea of a killer pumpkin is ridiculous. It has these vines that it uses to dispatch all these people, and so yeah, I thought it was a ridiculously fun time. It has like I said, it has that ThanksKilling aesthetic and the clever fun of Tremors, while also, as far as like the kills go, I mean, it's a lot of like beheadings and shit. It's pretty gory, and so yeah, it has a little bit. You can picture this as a pumpkin version of Art the Clown in a way. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this thing. Like I said, most of the characters are really cool, are really good. They're solid. They're likable, except for the one that I mentioned earlier. Like I said, performances are good. Peyton Elizabeth Lee is great. Corey Fogelmanis is great. So it was cool to see DJ Qualls in here as DJ Qualls in here as well. And so, yeah, if I had any negatives at all, really, it's just some of the CGI is kind of wonky. There's moments where the CGI is pretty noticeable, but for most of the kills, I mean, most of the kills is visually effective. The blood is very realistic and everything, so it can get pretty gruesome. This pumpkin is pretty wicked. Let's just say that. And the director, Justin Harding, I think made this based on a short that he actually did himself back in like 2018, I think. It was like a 6-minute short. And so that was also called Carved. So I think he took a short that he did a few years ago and turned it into a full-length movie, and I think he did a good job with it. Carved, if it's on Hulu, I'm gonna give Carved 8 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. I recommend checking it out. It's on Hulu, part of the Huluween. So, but yeah, I enjoyed Carved. I recommend checking it out. Honestly, I think it will become part of my annual Halloween rotation. And I think if you really enjoy this, it might become part of yours too. That's just my thoughts on Carved. If you enjoyed this, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if you've seen Carved. What'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I love you guys. You guys are the best. And I will see you next time.